Nisnik. I'm a nutritionist, formerly known as the Wider Wellness Center. When people come to see me, I use energy testing, muscle testing, kinesiology to see what's going on with your body. Your body communicates and tells us what's going on. People come in and spend an hour with me, and usually they do very well. But my topic today is on your liver, your kidney, spleen. They detoxify you and how to support that process. There's a lot that goes into that, and we're going to be talking about that quite a bit. A little bit about me. I graduated from Center High School back in 1978. I went to Carnegie Mellon, studied mechanical engineering. But I worked for civil engineer firms for a long time. But for the past 31 years, I've been helping people heal themselves. You know, that's my passion. This is what I do, what I felt like I was really born to do. If you want to get a hold of me, contact the World of Wellness at 412-922-9355. That spells out 412-922-WELL. But folks, help us. You know, if you got some benefit from watching this video, any of the videos we have here at the World of Wellness, share them, like them, tag them, share them. Get your friends involved. You know, get your coworkers, your family members. Everybody has health challenges and issues. They all can be helped. Share this, please. All right, FDA disclaimer. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't treat, cure, prevent any disease. This presentation and these statements, they're for informational purposes only, and we're not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. And should you have any medical condition or problem, you're advised to see your licensed healthcare practitioner.
Good luck with that.
And good luck with that. The basic premise of what I do, you know, during an appointment with me, I use applied kinesiology. This has been taught since the 50s. There's a college in Michigan that teaches this since 1975. It's a simple method of communicating with your body. Your body has energy flow. We can find it where there's disturbances in the forest. And when we find what we have weak reflexes, you can find which particular nutrient strengthens your weak reflexes. This can help you pinpoint what your body says it wants. You know, we don't treat, cure, prevent anything. We just aid and assist a person in improving their nutritional status. And lo and behold, their body starts to work better. You know, through energy testing, we find out what nutrient strengthens all the weaknesses in your body and helps you pinpoint what your body wants. And we never make any claims that we can cure this or cure that, but we help a lot of people with a lot of issues. The basic concepts, these things should be taught in grade school, middle school, high school, college. Your health starts with 90 essential nutrients. A huge research study was done. They did 17,500 autopsies on animals. They did 3,000 autopsies on humans. They looked at 450 different vertebrate animal species. And they did 20 million tissue sample derivations where they figured out the nutrient makeup of all of our bodies. They found that all vertebrates required the same 90 essential nutrients that are needed to drive all the chemical reactions that are supposed to happen in your body. Problem is, 90% of our farmland doesn't have iodine. 90% of our farmland doesn't have selenium nor chromium. And the rest of our farmland is abysmal in the density of minerals in the land. And we don't get the nutrients we need to function. The 90 nutrients is 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, and 60 different minerals. And that includes trace minerals, rare earth trace minerals, many things you only need a little specks of. It's not in our farmland. So unless you're supplementing, you may have more health challenges than you really should have because you don't have the nutrients to function. This is the basis of what I do, and people have miraculous results very, very consistently. So, no part of you is more than 2 years old. The awesome thing about our bodies is we're never stuck with any old cells. All of your cells are being replaced with new cells. The old cells usually don't have the full complement of nutrients they need to fully function, and people are replacing those old, weak, worn-out cells with new cells that have the same level of dysfunction. But it only takes 6 weeks to replace every cell of your skin, head to toe, all the cells are replaced, and that takes a massive amount of nutrition. It's 8 weeks to make a new liver, 3 to 4 months for a new pancreas. It takes about 8 months to swap out every cell of your brain with new cells. Same thing with your nervous system. 14 months for joints and 2 years for bones. Most of things in our body are 6 months old or less. Your bones take up to 2 years to regenerate, replace. You can rebuild your discs, your joints, they can recover. but it takes daily complete nutrition to do so and a few more steps beyond that. But we're here today to talk about our liver, our kidney, our spleen. And our bodies and our organs are just abused by our environment. Toxic overload. We live in a tremendously toxic environment. You got to think, like, if you lived here in the Pittsburgh area, if you're in the area, if you lived in your area, say in the year 1200 in the United States, what kind of toxins were you exposed to? Like maybe fire smoke. We had crystal clear air and water, absolutely no pollution, everything was wild organic. We had no pharmaceutical drugs, no endocrine system disrupting chemicals, no microwave 5G radiation altering our brain cells, no vaccines, no biowarfare agents, no biowarfare agents injected into our bodies, no biowarfare agents shed from other people.
Stop with the list, that's enough.
So we're basically living in a toxic soup. We need help to detoxify our bodies. They're poisoning everybody. They're poisoning babies with all this stuff that they put in baby food and formulas. Vaccine adjuvants are loaded with all kind of nasty stuff. A lot of nasty stuff. And if you go to the presentation that's going to be done by Judy Mikovits August 6th, she's going to talk about a lot of these things. Tune into that. Don't miss that. So these are the top 10 poisons that most people drink every day or they eat every day. Insecticides, glyphosate, sodium fluoride, bleach, bisphenol A, benzene, hexane, polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, aspartame, ammonia. So our body has to deal with all this influx of stuff getting into our body, and we need to detoxify and get it out of our bodies. Our teeth, if you have root canals, crowns, mercury fillings, you're infecting your body, you're making your body toxic from these things, and you're disrupting function of your organs, including if you have a problem with one of your canine teeth, top or bottom, you're interfering with your liver and gallbladder. Your front four teeth, top and bottom, you're interfering with your kidneys and bladder. It goes on and on. Your teeth are connected to your body. In addition to all that, there's obesogens we're picking up from containers, from plastics, and they're putting those things in our food as making us fat, toxic, fatigued, lethargic, and so forth. Our water supply, been brutalized with all kind of nasty stuff in our water supply. Aspartame, there's over 6,000 products that have aspartame in it, which is whenever they tried to get this approved for 19 years, when it was shot down for 19 years in a row, all the animals either got brain tumors or brain cancers from aspartame, but somehow it's okay for us to put that in our body. Xenoestrogens. These are estrogen-mimicking compounds which are not produced by your body. These compounds are about the same as our estradiol in our bodies. In male and female bodies, they bind to estrogen receptor sites, and they can damage a whole lot of things in our body. So glyphosate is a xenoestrogen. It's the active ingredient in Roundup, and we're getting abused by that in so many different products. Personal care products and cosmetics can contain all these heavy metals, toxic chemicals, and so forth, and really damage us. And these xenoestrogens, I'm going the wrong way. In addition to that, food colorings. Now, a lot of this stuff is banned. It's illegal in the European Union. In Italy, it's banned. They can't put this stuff in the food. So why is it okay to put it in our food? It's not. Red 40 is known as a genotoxin. It alters our gene code. So when you're giving your kid Red 40 in a breakfast cereal, because it has a nice color, you're damaging their genes. They're altering their genomic expression. Yellow 5, yellow 6, these have been linked to different bladder cancers and different tumors and cancers in our body. This is not a good thing to put in us. And then there's this stuff called disodium guanylate and disodium inosinate. A lot of people never even heard of this stuff. It is in so many different products. It's a sodium donor that binds to free glutamate in the product and makes monosodium glutamate, which is a highly addictive neurotoxic chemical that makes you crave food, addicted to food, makes you want to eat all the time, but it damages your brain. It can give you all these different side effects of lethargy, sleeplessness, insomnia, slurred speech, sciatica, seizures, all sorts of stuff. But it's in so many different foods. For instance, bouillon cubes. I was making some soup one day and I went to the store to see if they had some organic bouillon cubes, and the 5 different ones I looked at were just a toxic soup of chemicals, sugar, and poison, all of them. And you can see right in this container, disodium inosonate, disodium guanylate right there. But in addition to that, maltodextrin. You know, if you have blood sugar issues, it's twice as bad as sugar. So when you see salt and the next thing is maltodextrin, it's actually twice as bad as sugar. Then you got your hydrolyzed corn protein, which creates free glutamate. And that binds to the sodium and makes monosodium glutamate. Polysorbate 80 to put in there, and if you look at the last ingredient over here, propylene glycol, which is antifreeze. You know, who doesn't want to have a nice jar of antifreeze to start their day? This is ridiculous that this should be legal to put in our food supply, but it is. And your liver, your kidney, your spleen, got to try to bind to this stuff, denature it, and flush it out of our system, and we become more and more toxic from all those things. So there's hidden sources of MSG. You know, it's not just called MSG. Yeast extract. You'll see yeast extract in different things. Yeast food. Calcium caseinate. Autolyzed anything, hydrolyzed anything, creates free glutamate and makes MSG into product. That's what it's put in there for. These things often contain MSG or create MSG during the processing. And you'll see modified food starch in so many different things. It's MSG. Modified cornstarch, modified food starch, and on and on and on. Okay, so we're getting to the point that we're getting bombarded with all these toxins. Soy. Soy is 95% of all the soy in this country, 95% of all the wheat, 95% of all the corn is sprayed with the weed killer Roundup or something like it. And this, it's genetically modified and accumulates carcinogenic formaldehyde in the product. Carcinogenic formaldehyde, let that sink in. When 95% of the soy, so if you eat mayonnaise, if you eat ranch dressing, you eat salad dressings, genetically modified soy is in there for the most part. All right, another source of toxins we have to deal with, chemtrails. Everybody I tell, on the first visit when I test people on the heavy metals testing kit, everybody fails on aluminum and cadmium. I haven't found one yet that hasn't failed on it on the first visit. Usually on the second visit, their body's working much more efficiently because next to nobody fails on these things. Your body, you know, finally got nutrients in it for a month and your body's working much better. So this is just another source of things our liver, our spleen, our kidney has to deal with. Here's the inside of one of these chemtrail planes. Look at all this stuff. They're just spraying into the air. And we're breathing it in. It's landing on our crops. It's landing on our ground, everywhere. All right, the food industry is another just absolute abomination. You know, the food industry in the United States is not the, quote, make people healthy and wholesome food industry. It's the for-profit, chemically manipulated, hormone modulating, disease promoting, fat guaranteeing, disguised as food industry. So the point of that is make your food from home from ingredients you trust. When you buy anything outside of your house, you're getting chemically abused. So toxic, life-altering, debilitating, fattening frankenfood. So look at this. A big box store is selling this tiramisu cake. I take pictures of labels of stuff all the time. So we're starting off with cake, which is made of wheat flour, which means they've taken 34 nutrients out of the wheat and they made them put 4 back, and it's sprayed with the weed killer Roundup and genetically modified. That's what wheat flour is. Sugar, which is kind of like cocaine, which jacks up your insulin levels. Eggs, they don't say organic pasture-raised eggs, they say eggs. So most likely the essential fatty acid profile in those eggs is nearly 20-to-1 in the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3s, which is highly, highly inflammatory. Regular eggs that are pasture-raised, they're great. These are not. Where are we? Cocoa, leavening. So leavening sodium bicarbonate, sodium aluminum phosphate. Aluminum's not the best thing to put in your body. Modified cornstarch, another form of MSG. Propylene glycol, a form of antifreeze. Again, monoesters, I'm not exactly sure what that was. I didn't look that up. Stearyl lactylate, sodium stearyl lactylate. I read up on that one. It doesn't seem to be too bad. I'm on the fence about that one. Natural and artificial flavors can literally mean 100 different addictive chemicals. Natural and artificial flavors. Cream cheese, it goes on and on. There's red 40 in here, there's yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 2. It's just a sugar, chemical, toxic mess that you should never, ever put in your body. People get inflamed. What inflames people's bodies? Stuff like this. Don't eat this stuff. People have elevated cholesterol levels. What's elevating your cholesterol levels? The damage from things that are inflaming you. What's inflaming you? Garbage like this that they're disguising as food. It's not food. It's a poison, toxic mess. Okay. So how well do you supplement your diet? You know, you got to come to the realization our food supply is abysmally deficient in complete nutrition, daily complete nutrition. You should drill this into your kids' heads. We need daily complete nutrition. Wouldn't that make sense that you would function better with daily complete nutrition? What a concept. All right, so that's a daily factor in surviving the daily onslaught of all the toxin we're exposed to. Like I said before, people come in to see me, I test all these reflexes on their body. They're weak all over the place. 6, 8, 9, 10 reflexes a week on the first visit. They fell on 8, 9 metals on the first visit. They fell on 40 to 70 foods on the first visit. Then their body communicates and tells us that they want this particular digestive enzyme, they want this particular antifungal product, they want this particular group of 90 essential nutrients. They come back 4 weeks later, I test them again, and they have no weak reflexes on their body. They have no negative response to foods anymore, other than like 9 bad things that everybody fails on. And they have no negative response to heavy metals anymore. So what changed? Their lifestyle changed to incorporate daily complete nutrition. All right. So what's the answer for all the damage to your liver, your kidney, your spleen, your body from all these toxins? Is it anti-inflammatory drugs? Will they cure you of toxins? Diuretics? Beta blockers, cholesterol medications, psych meds. When things don't work in the traditional route with anti-inflammatories, they put people on psych meds. Like that's somehow going to detoxify you of these issues that are damaging your tissues and cells. So you got to ask yourself, are you giving yourself what the body needs daily? 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, but 60 different minerals. And that includes trace minerals, rare earth trace minerals, and some people need also cannabinoid-rich hemp oil. We have endocannabinoid receptor sites on our cells. We need that particular nutrient to do different functions in our body as well. So, knowing all that, what do you do now? Well, ideally, come spend an hour with me. Let me test you on all the things we talked about. Your body's a communicator, and I'm a facilitator. Your body will tell the both of us what it's attracted to and what it's repelled by. This can help you pinpoint what your body says it wants. Just come spend an hour with me. When people come see me on the first visit, it's always an hour visit on the first visit. So our amazing liver. Liver is an absolutely amazing organ. It's only found in vertebrates. Only vertebrate animals have livers. It detoxifies metabolites. It basically grabs toxins and converts them to non-toxic water-soluble things so we can flush them. It makes proteins. It produces biochemicals necessary for digestion. It regulates glycogen storage. It decomposes red blood cells. It produces hormones and removes toxins from the blood. It does a lot. Problem is, all the chemicals we've been exposed to and abused by, and particularly in addition to high fructose corn syrup, we get fatty liver disease. And the capacity of our liver to take all this stuff out of our body and do all its functions decreases. And now more toxins can get into your body. And your spleen, your kidneys got to try to deal with it too to try to get it out of your system. So all of our nutrients that when we eat go through our portal vein from our large intestine over to our liver. So if you rub creams, lotions, salves on your body, if you wash your body with toxic body washes, you wash your hair with toxic shampoos, that stuff gets into your bloodstream. And then your liver's got to try to grab it and denature it until it doesn't damage us. So if you can't eat it, don't rub it on your skin. Here's a picture of your liver, your large intestine. You got this big veins coming from your intestines that take all your nutrients over to your liver, just to give you some perspective of where these things are. You got gallbladders underneath the liver. On the other side here is where your spleen's attached to the side of your stomach over there. Okay. So more than 500 vital liver functions have been identified, but the primary ones are the excretion of bilirubin, bioproduction and excretion, production and excretion of cholesterol and hormones. That's right, your liver makes cholesterol. If you go to the gym and do some heavy squats, you tear down all these muscle cells, right? Well, in the walls of all your cells is cholesterol. And your liver is going to produce the right amount of cholesterol for you to rebuild those cells with. If you eat food that inflames you and damages tissues and cells, your liver is going to produce the right amount of cholesterol for rebuilding all the walls of all those cells. The amount of cholesterol in our body, for the most part, is the exact amount we need to fix what we're doing to ourselves. Your liver also is involved in the metabolism of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, and also in the production of certain proteins for blood plasma. So the more toxic our body is, the less it can do that thing, say, optimally. So where do toxins go? From the liver. So the liver processes good things into forms that the rest of our body can use. Waste your body doesn't need can be carried by bile back to the intestine and out of the body when you have a bowel movement. Other waste processed by your liver goes through your blood to your kidneys and out into your urine. So how do you flush toxins out of the liver? So in most cases, a liver detox involves one of the following. You take supplements designed to flush toxins out of the liver. You can't, if you, say for instance you have breakfast, you have a bowl of cereal for breakfast, or you maybe have a ham and cheese sandwich for lunch. You may have spaghetti for dinner, or you have a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit in the morning, or a bagel, or a Pop-Tart, and a cup of coffee. You're not getting any nutrients your liver needs to fully function. That's not daily complete nutrition. It's usually daily toxic load. So eating a liver-friendly diet is a wise decision, including avoiding high fructose corn syrup, which also is labeled as glucose syrup and a number of different things. Avoid foods that inflame you. Fried foods are horrible for your liver. Cleansing the colon and gut through the use of enemas. Max Gerson in the 1940s was reversing all sorts of health challenges, let's call it, through juicing and coffee enemas to help the liver rapidly detoxify its poisons so the liver can function more efficiently. Many people do an olive oil lemon juice flush. The amazing liver gallbladder flush. If you go on YouTube, you can look up videos by Dr. Andreas Moritz. He wrote a book called The Amazing Liver Gallbladder Flush. But Dr. Weiner also produced a protocol sheet to follow if you want to do an olive oil lemon flush. All right, the kidneys. So each day your kidneys, get this, processes 50 gallons of blood a day. 50 gallons of blood flow through your kidneys every day. And your kidney's got to try to filter all that. Well, you have a big renal artery going to each kidney, and it fans out into a zillion little filtration units. And if those filtration units clog up, you get more toxins into your body. So whenever you have blood tests, and this is how bogus, again, the medical industry is with blood tests, on an EGFR test, they'll say you're above 60. And they're saying your kidneys can filter 60 milliliters of blood per minute or more. Well, if you're filtering 60 to 89 milliliters of blood per minute, you're actually in stage 2 of chronic kidney disease. You want to know, if you get a blood test, you want to know what your actual number is. And if it's low, you want to do nutritional things that can possibly open up the filtration units in your kidneys, unclog the filters, and get a lot more toxins out of your body. All right. So if your kidneys are not able to remove toxins and waste from the body, they'll build up in the body and hinder normal function of the kidneys, the liver, and other organs, resulting in exhaustion, stomach pain, headaches, water retention, and other problems. How many people have swollen feet, swollen ankles? It may be related to kidney not pulling everything out of your body that you need. Myself, if I eat anything with wheat, my ankles swell. I get inflamed from all this stuff. And it takes a day or two for it to flush back out of there. Kidney stones affect 10 to 15% of American adults, but also may be found in children as young as 5 years old. So what's going on with the health of a child? They're developing kidney stones. You've got to look at the nutrition. How nutrient dense is that kid's daily meals? All right, cleansing the kidneys. Improves their function and reduces swelling and bloating, improves the ability to process certain foods, helps them absorb nutrients and convert food to energy, prevent fatigue, prevents potential infection and reduces the risk for bladder problems, and it reduces the chances of having painful kidney stones, corrects hormonal imbalances, and prevents skin breakouts such as acne, eczema, and rashes. Maybe you need some kidney cleansing for that. A year or two ago, Dr. Tracy Straub did a great video on face, tongue, and nails, some training on this. And if you've got really baggy bags underneath your eyes, you may need some support in helping your kidneys flush out the toxins. All right, your spleen. This is where it's located, on the side of your stomach over there. Anatomy and physiology of the spleen. The spleen is known as the red blood cell graveyard. In general, the spleen has two major functions. It destroys old red blood cells and platelets and immune response against foreign matter in the blood. So the spleen makes white blood cells and antibodies that help you fight infection. So when it detects bacteria, viruses, or other germs in your blood, it produces white blood cells called lymphocytes to fight off infections that these cause. And it also maintains the levels of fluid in your body. Again, do you get the nutrients you need to do this from a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, from your Pop-Tart in the morning, from your crummy bowl of cereal? This is the point of this whole presentation. You got to have daily, complete nutrition. So the spleen contains two main types of tissues, white pulp and red pulp. White pulp is a material which is part of the immune system, lymphatic tissue, mainly made up of white blood cells. And red pulp is made up of blood-filled cavities, venous sinuses, and splenic cords. Didn't look up what that last one was. Do you know what splenic cords is, Phil?
No, couldn't tell you.
Got to look that one up. Okay, so what do we do about this? You got to put daily complete nutrition in your body, and this is a great start. Mineral Rich gives you 70 minerals. We need 60 minerals to fully function. Mineral Rich gives you 70 minerals. Frontier Multivitamin. When I test multivitamins, I have like 6 of them in my office. Say maybe 96, 97% of the time, Frontier Multivitamin tests better than any other multivitamin that's tested against. Omega-3 fish oils. You need omega-3s as building blocks for anti-inflammatory hormones, for brain cells, for eye cells, and many other parts of your body. Your skin needs omega-3s. It's difficult to get adequate omega-3s from our food supply. And then, do you need digestive enzyme support or do you need stomach acid support? Cybezyme's more for people that need digestive enzyme support, and Betazyme's more for people who need stomach acid support. Everything in our body happens by hormones. Hormones initiate everything. And everybody knows as you age, generally your hormones go down a little bit. And our ability to produce digestive enzymes or stomach acid may decrease over a period of time. What if you just don't have enough salt in your diet? You may be underproducing stomach acid. So when you come in and see me for an hour, your body will tell you it wants this one or that one. I have 16 different digestive aids in my office. And we can test your body. Your body will tell us exactly which one it wants the best to help you digest your food, help you maximize getting the nutrients out of your food, but also minimize the inflammation from poorly digesting food. Okay. So the liver needs choline, it needs omegas, it needs selenium and a bunch of other nutrients to help it detoxify and so forth. If you didn't see me and you wanted some liver support, maybe the best thing you could do is Live Complete and 90 nutrients. Very few things in the body work well without the 90 nutrients. I had massive joint issues most of my life, arthritis, knee pain, ruptured biceps from arthritis, all sorts of stuff. And I had taken joint formulas for years, and none of them worked for me. For years and years, and none of them seemed to do anything. It was just actually getting worse. When I started taking 90 nutrients and joint formulas, it all turned around and went the other way. So Live Complete, maybe with the 90 nutrients, would be a better way to go than just taking Live Complete. Many people have a bunch of health issues, and they want that one magic pill. There's no magic pill. The magic pill is the lifestyle change. How daily complete your nutrition is, how well your body detoxifies, and as well as your mind. The power of your mind is very, very powerful. If you're holding on to a lot of negative emotions, that can also disrupt function. The liver also loves selenium, and selenomethionine is one of the best forms of selenium out there, and then choline. Now let's go back to selenium for a minute. The New England Nurses study, They followed 79,000 nurses over a 40-year period of time and found that women who had 200 micrograms of selenium in their diet had an 82.5% reduced risk of breast cancer over the other women. If you think that Susan G. Komen and all this pink race for the cure crap was legitimate, they'd put that on billboards everywhere. Women, make sure you get 200 micrograms of selenium a day. Well, 90% of our farmland doesn't have selenium. And we have all this dysfunction in thyroid. Your thyroid needs selenium to function. Your liver needs it. Maybe you need to supplement with selenium. So with the Live Complete, do you need selenium or not? Your body will tell you if you want that or not. We also need choline. You know, when you eat organ meat, now the medical industry for years, like, don't eat that organ meat, it's high in cholesterol, you're gonna die. That's like saying lions are gonna die, cheetahs are gonna die, hyenas are gonna die, predators are gonna die from eating organ meat. That's the only thing they eat is organ meat. They usually leave the muscle for the scavengers. It's so dumb. Your liver produces 2,500 to 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol a day. And if you eat, say, 1,500 milligrams of cholesterol a day, your body's only going to produce the other 1,500. It's not going to overproduce it. Your body will only produce the amount of cholesterol it needs to fix itself. Okay, and so whenever we eat organ meat, we not only get cholesterol and other nutrients we need choline for your liver, choline for your brain. So if you eat liver, you're going to get a high dose of choline too. Spleen. So the Standard Process has several products where they have protomorphogens in them. These are like a gene code resetting chemical that's in our organs. Your liver has its own specific protomorphogens. Your spleen has its own specific protomorphogens, and all your organs have their own specific ones as well. If you have issues with spleen, maybe your body needs spleen PMG. Immuplex has a bunch of different nutrients in it, including spleen protomorphogens in there. Does your body want one or the other? We don't know until we test you. Now, if you've got a fungus that's attacking your liver or your spleen or your uterus or any other part of your body, you may need an antifungal regime to help that organ. So when you get blood tests, if blood tests are off, it may not mean that you're deficient in a certain vitamin for that particular organ. It may mean you have a fungus or a virus or a bacteria or a parasite attacking several organs in your body, and that's throwing your numbers off. When you come to see me, we test your body will say, I want this particular parasite formula, but not the other ones. Your body will tell us. And then other things that may help your spleen as well as the endocrine tincture and the immune tincture, boost your immune system. Kidneys. Kidney filtration units can be detoxified. Dr. Joe Wallach talks about he's had over 1,000 kidneys sent to him from people who had kidney transplants for him to do the pathology report on. You know, they sent him the old bad kidney, and he said there's nothing wrong with any of those kidneys. And that is just an absolute abomination that this is going on in this country. He's had thousands of people he put on his 90 nutrients and a kidney detoxification regime. He said in 2 weeks to 2 months, they're off of dialysis. Let that sink in. Your body has the ability to fix itself, and it's not going to fix itself eating a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, a Pop-Tart, a bagel, a bowl of spaghetti. You need nutrients to function. Okay, so helping the body with nutrients to function for your kidneys, Renogen, kidney and bladder tincture, I test on these two all the time. Usually people want one or the other, some people need both. There was a lady that came to see me who had kidney stones. And I followed Dr. Weiner's protocol and I tested her on a bunch of things. And she tested well. Her body wanted this fast food. It wanted kidney and bladder tincture. It wanted Renogen. And it wanted B6. And she took all of them. Her body said it wanted all of them. She took all of them. A week later, she was scheduled for a sonogram to see if there's a kidney stone in there. They saw a stone in there, and the doctor's like, oh, you got to get this done right away. It's very dangerous to keep this in here. You could lose your kidney, and we need to do a stent in your ureter because that can collapse. Put all this fear of God and scared her significantly that a week later, she had the surgery. When they did the surgery, there was no more stone. It apparently had dissolved. But they did the stent in the ureter anyway. And she had so much kidney pain, in 4 days she had to go have another surgery to get the stents out. She couldn't take the stents. So if she had waited a week or so, maybe she would have not had those problems. Okay, detoxifying the body. You know, Live Complete's a great detoxifier for your liver, Proline Greens is a great systemic detoxifier. So is Frontier Cleanse. So is Power Cleanse. Metallic Clear may be geared towards more just metals itself, getting it out of your system. Which one does your body want? Your body will tell you. Let's do some testing. Your body will tell you this. To help you digest your food, like I said, there's 16 different digestive formulas in my office. Take the pressure off your body, digest your food more efficiently. Which one does your body want? We'll test you and we'll figure it out. Circulation. Some people need help with circulation. Some people need help with joints. Some people need help with decalcifying plaques in their arteries. We have several nutrients that may help you with that process. Your body will tell us if it wants it or not. Fungus. I would say 80% of the people I see have issues with fungus. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. They test, there's reflexes on your body that will tell you what's going on with your immune system. And people come in and I have them hold CandaKill and test these weak reflexes in their body, and it strengthens everything. And so does Caprolex, and so does Candibactin AR and BR and ADP. And then we just ask the body which one it wants the best. And through a process of elimination, usually CandaKill is number one. Caprolex, Candibactin BR is number two. I'd say probably 65, 70% of the time, CandaKill is the best one. So if you can't make it in here and you think you got issues with fungus, maybe try taking some CandaKill. Immune boosters. I got a pile of immune boosters, and these are just some of them in my office that may help you, make macrophages, help your body stimulate natural killer cell activity by giving you nutrients to make this stuff. You don't get that from bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Okay. Probiotics. Your intestines are supposed to be lined with good beneficial bacteria. And I have, I think, 9 probiotics in my office. And it's interesting. The probiotics are unique. Most probiotics are good for you. But when you have, say, 8 weak reflexes, usually it's one probiotic strengthens all the weak reflexes. And usually number 1 and number 2, number 1 is Frontier Biotics, number 2 Superbiotics, and the rest are just other ones. Okay. If you're trying to kill parasites, maybe one of these formulas works for you. Number 1, number 2. Number 1 is Paracleanse. Number 2 is Micro Defense with oregano by Pure. I'd say probably 70% of the time, Paracleanse is the number 1. If you have issues, if you got rashes, nasty rashes on your legs or body that won't go away, it might be parasites. Many people have seen 2, 3, 4, 5 dermatologists. Each one of them gives them a steroid cream and antibiotic, steroid cream and antibiotic, steroid cream and antibiotic. And they get worse and worse and worse. And they finally come in to see me. A friend of them refers them in here. I do some testing with them. Parasites. Get them on a parasite formula, 2 weeks to 2 months. Usually in most people, the rashes are disappeared. I didn't treat them for parasites. I asked their body said they wanted this stuff. I never made a claim that this will cure them or anything. It worked out that way almost all the time. Okay, so my contact information. If you want to come see me, come to the World of Wellness. Come see Dr. Orbach, Dr. Ross, phenomenal chiropractors. Andrea, a great massage therapist, muscle therapist, and myself. Call 412-922-9355. And again, folks, share this info. You have friends and relatives. Everybody has friends and relatives and coworkers that have issues, and we can help them. Really, we can help them. So send them in, and Phil.
What's the youngest person you've tested?
Youngest person I've tested was 9 months old, maybe younger than that.
So did you use the mother as a surrogate?
You use someone as a surrogate. The mother, father, anybody in the room, you can use them as a surrogate. I've tested quadriplegics. I've tested people in wheelchairs. Tested them through another person. Everything is energy. We're made of molecules. Everything moves and vibrates. Everything has electromagnetic field. And if you get 15 people in a circle and everybody hold hands, and one guy grabs an electrical hot wire, everybody gets a shock. Energy goes through one person through another. You can easily test someone else through someone else. We have any questions, Phil, from the comment gallery?
No, just comments. I like the mineral rich.
Okay. So we get a lot of comments of people liking the Mineral Rich. It's a great product, folks. That Mineral Rich Frontier Multivitamin Omega-3D, the basis of something everybody should be doing. All vertebrates, dogs, cats, chimpanzees, monkeys, horses. We all need 90 nutrients. It's not in our food supply, so get it in your system.
Rich, do you think the liquid preparation is what helps a lot of the absorption?
No, not necessarily, because there's other capsule forms of it that work very well too. Yeah, so things like that. Okay, folks. Well, that's my presentation for today. Thank you for joining. Share this with your friends, and hope to see you soon.